Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cindy, this is Cozy Mountain Pottery. I'm here in my home studio. I have a little bit different kiln reveal today. Again, it's a reveal, I'm not at the kiln. This kiln I opened at about 5:40 this morning. Jumped out of bed, threw on some clothes and ran out to open the kiln because I just wanted to get the things out of there so that I could get another kiln load in and firing. So I just decided it'll just be a reveal. So I told myself, okay, a lot of these things in that kiln reveal or that kiln opening that I did this morning are gifts. So I told myself, don't wrap them up and get them ready to go. You've got to, do a video and take pictures of them. So after I got them all wrapped up and ready to go, I remembered that I didn't do the video and take pictures of them. So I'm unwrapping them just for you. So it's a little bit different in that, first of all, it's gifts. That's not different. I feel like I have gifts in every one. I'm not selling my stuff yet, but I sure am giving it away, which I love. I love giving gifts. So I'm having fun with that. But also, a few weeks ago, my youngest daughter, who actually a lot of these things are her gifts because it's her birthday coming up, her husband, and her two children, my grandchildren, stopped by our house one day, which is a rare occasion and a very delightful occasion. And so we all came out here to the pottery studio. And while we were out here, I just handed everybody a little ball of clay and said, here, make something. And so they were all just kind of playing around and, making little things. And some were more creative than others. Some felt more creative than others, let's say. And anyways, but they enjoyed it. It was fun. I enjoyed it. And so then they had places to go. And so they left and I took all those things and smoothed them out as best I could, and bisqued them. And then after they were bisqued, I knew they weren't going to be coming back here anytime soon. So I went ahead and glazed them how I thought it was fitting and fired them. They came out of this load. We're going down there this weekend. I'll be giving my daughter's birthday gift to her. Her birthday is not till Tuesday, I think, but I'm giving, Tuesday, the 30th, but I'm giving it to her anyways, on Sunday, the 28th. And then of course, giving the kids and her and her husband, Spencer, their little things that they made. So those things are in here and they're just kind of fun and I'm going to show them to you. But then also another grandson who's got a birthday next week had something in there for him. Wah, wah. Anyways. So let's just get started. Let me start with showing you the things that I made for Stormy, my youngest daughter. All wrapped up, ready to go. Wrapped up in a gift bag because obviously I'm delivering it. So they weren't wrapped to be shipped. Okay. So first is this little mug, or not a mug, little cup. And the reason I made a little cup for Stormy, my daughter, is because actually I was Marco Poloing with her last week and she said, I need more cups, not mugs with handles, but I want cups. And I like a small cup because I love to drink water by just downing a glass of water. And so I will down a cup of water this size and I'll do that several times a day. Anyways, but I love the little drips. So this is 2 coats of obsidian. And also I put tape. I put painter's tape all around to get this line, basically. It did break through right there. But anyway, so 2 coats of obsidian. And then, notes are right over here, 3 coats of blue rutile and 3 coats of smoky merlot. I'm not sure what happened to the smoky merlot. I think it's just kind of down there, I guess. I don't know. The one that I had seen, the inspiration reel that I had seen with this combination was a lot more purple. And I know that Stormy likes purple, so that's kind of what I was going for. But anyway, so that's that. So that's Stormy's. I need to wrap that back up, put it back in the bag. And then the other thing that I made her, and this was kind of a want, but whatever, is a little bowl. But it's a little herb stripper bowl. It was also supposed to be a garlic ginger grater bowl, but the glaze kind of covered that up. Now, if you remember in my last video, I had the problems with the frothing and the orange peel. Unanimously, all the comments are, I apply too thick. And I think I'm too heavy-handed with my glaze, and I need to get that under control. But I thought about that with this, and I tried really hard not to do that with this, but here I am. So this is, I'm going from memory on this one, because Stormy has a bowl that I made for her, well, for her daughter a few months ago, and she really loved that color. And so I decided to do that color again. And I know that it's Flux Blossom on the bottom, base coat, Flux Blossom, and then Lavender Mist and Kimchi. And I don't know why I do what I do, but so this is 2 coats of Flux Blossom inside and out, but I only put like 1 coat over the greater part. Then on the first bowl that I made for her, I did 2 coats of Lavender Mist and 1 coat of, now I don't know if it's kimchi or ginger. Bear with, I have to check. I didn't do notes on this bowl because that's who I am. Okay, yes, Lavender Mist and ginger. So I did 1 lavender mist and 2 ginger. But now, did I do Flux Blossom on this one? Gosh, Cindy. I don't know why I can't take notes. As far as I can remember, there's Flux Blossom, probably 2 coats. Then there's Lavender Mist, probably 2 coats. And then ginger, probably 2 coats. It's pretty. It's not what I wanted it to be. But, you know, hopefully she likes it because she's getting it anyway. So there you go. Okay. And then I thought, you know, it's her birthday. And as a matter of fact, is it her 40th birthday? No, 39th. Okay. I decided, she actually had a special request that she wants a shallow, wide bowl. She calls it a salad bowl, or, you know, like basically like a blate or whatever. So I'm working on that. I'm trying. And I decided to do a frozen pond. And for some reason, I didn't start with obsidian and totally meant to. So this is 2 coats of blue rutile, 2 coats of running hot chowder dots, blue rutile inside, Stormy's blade. Okay, so it's blue rutile inside 2 coats. Outside, it's only 1 coat of blue rutile. RHC dots times 2, and then Smoky Merlot times 2. Again, I wanted it to be more purple. The Smoky Merlot is not as Merlot as I would like for it to be, but it's pretty. And I used my underglaze pencil on the bottom of it. And I put the little dots on the top, and that kind of gives it a funky little look. But anyway, so that's that. So then I decided, well, how about if I make her another little cup that matches that? Bear with, I have to unwrap it. So that's what I did. So again, it's 2 coats of blue rutile, running hot chowder dots times 2. And these dots, I used the round sponge on the outside, but on the inside, I just used a brush and just dabbed it. So those are dabs as opposed to dots on the inside. And then Smoky Merlot, 2 coats. So, you know, I mean, the colors are similar. So that's good. So yeah. So those are Stormy's birthday gifts. Now, when the kids were all here and they were making things, Stormy, she's so funny. She didn't know what to make. She says, I just feel very uninspired and unmotivated. I don't know what to make. So she finally made a circle. And she stamped it. I made a circle, see? So I glazed it, and she's getting it. It's a coaster, right? It could be a coaster. So since she did that, then my grandson, he made a hexagon. He forgot the A in the middle, so I went ahead and added that in there. I glazed that. Oh, Stormy's I glazed with birch. I used underglaze in the letters, and then I just threw a coat of birch on there. And then Hudson's, I put green in the letters. He loves green. It's his favorite color. And then I just did a light coat of olive float because I wanted nice stable glazes, and I knew that these were just going to be laying in the kiln like that. So that was that. And then Hudson also wanted to make something for a friend of his, and her name is Sky. And so he made her this little heart and put her name in it. And he wanted it to be pink because I told him I would glaze it for him. So this is 2 coats of boogie pink, maybe 1 coat, I don't remember. But I put that hole in the top so that I could do both sides. And then I used the little, what's that called? The little high fire rod that you poke in there. Well, it's stuck. So I'm going to see if I can Dremel that out of there because it broke off on each side when I was trying to get it out. Any suggestions? I'm just going to Dremel it and hope that I don't break the heart because I just thought it would be fun to have it, you know, like an ornament that she could hang it up or whatever. But that's super cute. Okay. And then, so Kaya was having a great time. I have to pull hers out. I gave her all my little like cookie cutters and stamps and stuff and said, here, have at it. And so she rolled out a little slab and she just did a bunch of little things with letters that are in her name. And her name is Kaya Jane. She has my middle name. And so, and all I did was put underglaze in the letters and then I put clear on them. So anyhow, that's hers. But she also, she cut out a little kitty head and a little, like a flower petal or a teardrop or whatever. And she put her initials on the back of them. And she used the needle tool and did some little drawings on the front of them. She made the kitty has a face and whiskers, which is super cute. And she did a little flower and a little butterfly and a little cactus. I forgot to put clear on the cactus. But I mean, cacti are not glossy in real life. I know this because I live with cactus. So it's cute. And then just the rest of her letters. So that's all. And then, you know, D, I know I've mentioned in the past, D got a 3D printer. And he's just been a printing fool. It's so much fun, the things that he's printing. So he printed these little cute baby totes. And that's how we're giving Kaya all of her little pieces in that cute little tote. That's fun, right? Okay. So then their dad, my son-in-law, he took his little ball of clay that I gave him and he made a little sculpture. And you know, it's very primitive, whatever, super cute. The eyeballs, he rolled them in his hand separately, and then he stuck them in there when the clay was wet, but one fell out. One fell out as it dried, even before it was bisqued, it fell out. So I went ahead and I bisqued it with the rest of the head, and then I glazed it, and I glazed inside the eye socket, and I stuck it in there and just crossed my fingers that it wouldn't fall out during the glaze, and it didn't. It stuck. Yay. So I did underglaze, of course, on the eyes, and then I did Albany slip brown, since I know that's very stable. I did Albany slip brown, and then just little bits of birch here and there. And I mean, it's got this tiny little spot to sit on, and it sits kind of backwards like that. How cute is that? So Dee printed him a little dumpster. And that's how we are delivering Spencer's little head in the little dumpster. Come on, that's fun, right? Super fun. Okay. Oh, this little bowl, this was just a little bowl that I had done that was in that load. Carved it. My very first time using cenote. It's beautiful. I do like it. I didn't realize it was so stable. And I was worried about the carving. I was afraid, you know, anything will run in that carving, but I think I could have gone down a little bit further. But it's cute. It's cute. So that's cool. But I like it. Okay, and then one more thing. This granddaughter is one of the older granddaughters that was here a while back. And I think I showed you these before they were glazed. She made these little worry stones. I mean, look at that. How cute is that? They're perfect. And she glazed these. I didn't glaze these. All in underglazes. All I did was after I bisqued them, I put a coat of clear. I have a pint of Speedball clear, and so that's what I put on, and then a little frog. How adorable are those? And so she's getting those in a cute little 3D printed tote as well. Okay, and then the last thing, I'm a little embarrassed about it, but here we go. So you may have noticed none of this is on the chocolate brown clay, the Kentucky Mudworks Brown Bear. I do have 2 bags of that, but I'm trying, I've decided I really need to do like 1 color clay at a time. So I had a bag of, I don't know now if it's Laguna or Aardvark. I got it at my supplier in Phoenix, and it's called Electric Brown. And I hate it. I hate its guts. I had no idea it was groggy, and I learned when I first started that I hate groggy clay. I'm not going to do it if it has grog in it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to. It's awful. Well, I didn't know when I bought that clay that it was groggy. And I mean, it kills my hands. It hurts. It's miserable. I don't like throwing with that kind of clay at all. So I just used it for doing some hand building things with the grandkids. And there's still a few pieces over on the shelf that they need to glaze that are done in that. And I have quite a bit to reclaim. I don't think I'm going to reclaim it, you guys. Judge. I don't care. I think I'm just going to toss it. I hate it. So I hand built a plate, and then I tried to have some fun with this plate, and I tried to make the edges a little bit wavy, just a few little waves in them or whatever. And I made it thicker because the last plate I made, I was like, oh, that's too thin. I know nothing about hand building. Okay. I'm just trying to figure this out. So I made a plate. Well, then I was thinking about the fact that we have another grandson's birthday coming up on July 2nd. And I was like, oh, you know what I could do? I could take that plate that I hand built, and I could glaze it and then glaze a little bowl to sit on it and make it like a chip and dip plate, you know, kind of thing for him. I think he would like that. And so I decided to glaze it in Albany Slip Brown. First of all, here's the back of the plate. I did not glaze the back. So this is the Electric Brown. Now I will tell you that after I took it out of the kiln this morning, I sanded the heck out of it because it was so rough. And I had smoothed it and burnished it when it was leather hard. No. I mean, you could have sanded something with it. It was so rough when it came out of the kiln this morning. It was awful. And that was when I made the decision, I'm not using this clay anymore. It's terrible. But anyway, so that's the color of the Electric Brown. It is not chocolate clay. It is not Kentucky Mudworks, let me tell you. So I glazed it in Albany Slip Brown, 2 coats, Running Hot Chowder Dots, 2 coats, and then River Birch, 2 coats. And again, with my heavy-handedness, and of course I glazed the bowl like that too, and just sat it on there. I sat the bowl in the very center of the plate because that's what Dee wanted me to do. He liked it best in the center. So I sat it in the center, and it moved during the glazing. It stayed flat. I mean, the bottom is flat. It sits flat, but I feel like a couple of my wavy edges like this one, I feel like it really drooped. That really drooped down. Anyways, I'm not giving this to Wayland for his birthday because to me, I feel like that looks like an oopsie daisy. That looks like, oh, what happened to your plate? You know? Yeah. I feel like a plate should either have a nice edge that's all like it's supposed to look, or it should be a lot more wavy where it looks intentionally wavy. To me, that just looks like what happened to the plate in the kiln. And then obviously look how heavy that glaze is around the little bowl. I'm too heavy-handed. I gotta get that under control, you guys, because it completely lost the running hot chowder dots. You know, they're not dots anymore. But anyway, so I don't know. It says Mimi on the back of it. And I even told Dee, I said, I think this is something that I would give to a grandkid that liked it. Maybe they see it and they go, oh, that's cool. When did you do that? What is it? You know, I'm like, it's a plate, the bowl stuck to it. You want it? Rather than say, here's your birthday gift. I just don't feel good about that. I don't feel good about it. And, you know, so I'm not going to give it to him. So I do have other things in the kiln that I can give to him. So that, oh, last thing. Okay. Save the best for last. So in our school, SKOOL community that I'm in with a bunch of other amazing ladies and men, potters, a bunch of other potters, they started a game a while back called Glaze Roulette. And what it is when once a week we do a group call, like a Zoom call, which is so much fun. Last week it was a 24-hour call. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. Anyways, I love the group calls. I mean, sometimes there'll be 10, 12, 16, 4, you know, just people come in and we come and go, whatever. But just talk about pottery, talk about anything, talk about life, talk about whatever. I mean, it's just so much fun. Souza from Handmade by Souza is the one that started this group, and it has grown so much, and it is amazing, and people are so helpful and so kind, and it's just the best. It's the best, and I need to spend more time in it, and I haven't spent as much time in it as I would like to. But oh my gosh, there's so many things that you know you have to be doing anyway. So Glaze Roulette is, they did this thing where the person that's chosen tells them how many shelves of glaze containers she has, how many shelves and how many containers across. And then 4 different people on the call pick a glaze from each shelf or from whatever shelf they want, you know, not from each shelf. I happen to only have 4 shelves of glazes. So on the 24-hour call, 4 people picked glazes for me. And so they picked birch, cordovan, blue rutile. I wrote them down somewhere. Birch, bear with. Oh, so they picked cordovan, ginger, birch, and I'm pretty sure blue rutile. Sure, it was blue rutile. Was it blue rutile? I don't know. Gosh. Why did I only write 3 of them down? What is wrong with me? Souza picked cordovan, Nat picked ginger, Nancy picked birch, and I didn't write the 4th one down. Anyways, here it is. Oh, but you know what? I think I have a note. I think I do have a note of how I glazed it. Bear with. I do. Yeah, river birch. River birch was the 4th. Gosh, I'm so sorry. I'll just edit all that out. Okay, birch times 2, in and out. Cordovan times 2, in and out. But I only took the cordovan down to about here because I was scared. Because I'm still scared. Ginger, just on the top half, times 2. And then river birch just up here, like about an inch. I guess about that far down with the river birch. Then on the handle, I made sure to only put like, I mean, there might be 3 coats, maybe 1 light coat of each of those colors on the handle. That's it, because I knew the handle would run. Well, it ran and it stuck. I did have a cookie under it and it stuck, but it came right off, and then I sanded it so it's all nice and smooth and soft. But how pretty is that? Isn't that gorgeous? It's quite the handle. I even have to put a little thumb rest on that one. So I'm pretty happy with that. They picked me some awesome colors. So yay. Anyway, okay, so that's my kiln reveal. I'll have another kiln opening tomorrow night. Let's see, we're leaving Sunday morning early. Today's Friday. So yeah, it'll be ready to open sometime tomorrow. But I don't know if I'll get a video made of those things in time, but that will be the next one. And then I've already got a bunch of things glazed that need to go on in the next kiln load after that. Oh my gosh, it's just, I'm doing one right after another right now. But really all I want to do is get back to just making. I just want to get back to making. And I definitely want to work on my hand building skills. So if you have any tutorials, you know, like YouTubers that do tutorials on hand building that you recommend, let me know. Let me know. I'm a sponge. I want to learn. I want to learn hand building. So anyways, all right. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
From my hands to yours, it's a piece of the land.